Tell a statistic. Do you know Ian Wright scored in his debut for every single club he played for?
Did he really?
Including Celtic. I mean, that's some...
Yeah.
Do you remember
Remember you met him one night in that pub in Royal Exchange Square?
Yes, one night.
Was I not with you?
I ended up with Gazza and Ian Wright. Gazza, I always got on quite well with Gazza. He'd a motorbike, I've got a motorbike. So, anyway, that's for another. Gazza, Ian Wright, and myself, and you. And I think you wandered off.
Right.
I think you ran away scared.
I don't blame you, man. Don't blame you.
And anyway, the night went on.
Because Ian Wright was a hell of a nice bloke.
Absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
So was Gazza.
Yeah.
It's mental.
Gazza,
Paul Gascoigne was one of the nicest guys, most generous guys that I've ever met, but utterly.
There was a clip in YouTube I saw where Walter's been interviewed. It was at some Rangers club down in Ayrshire, and he talked about signing Paul Gascoigne, and it was, I think Archie had mentioned it, said, look, he might do a turn for us. And Walter went to Rome, got a taxi to his house, and rang the doorbell, and Gazza came to it and he said, what are you doing here? And Walter said, I just wondered if you'd consider signing for Rangers, come and play for us. He went, aye, okay. That was it.
He'd met him on holiday in, was it Florida?
Aye, well, that's right.
Beach, and he'd been playing with the lads, Walter's boys, obviously too young. That time, two young men, and they just got in. And of course, Gazza was like a Wayne, and that had been the initial in contact, I think.
Contact, right?
And then just incredible part of the soap opera Scottish football, Paul Gascoigne, and all the things that went on around. The stories that have emerged.
I wish I'd kept it. I remember going to see my pal's. My pal's wife had just had her third child, and the Evening Times, and it was the front page, and Celtic had made a move for two young men played for Newcastle. One guy was called Neil MacDonald and the other was Paul Gascoigne. It was the front page.
Is that right?
Of the Evening Times. Yeah. I swear.
If it was the Evening Times, it was spot on.
And because you were probably working there at the time.
That was my story.
And they weren't known. They were unknown quantity. It wasn't like Gascoigne. He was a young guy coming through, and it had a picture of the two of them. And I remember saying to my pal, I said, what do you think of these two guys? He goes, well, they must be quite good if they're playing with Newcastle. So we thought about it, and that was it. Story gone.
Forget the ball, get on with the game. Subscribe now. And remember, it costs you nothing.